welcome back to the University Speaking podcast, or welcome along if this is your first time tuning in. Joining myself, Jay, on today's episode is Cassie, aka Uniblogger. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I said your full thing again. I can't help it.
No, we're gonna keep it. It's fine.
And we've also got Sam from Two and Three Quarters. Again, full name in you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm intrigued whether we're all going to be aligned. I'm thinking me and you, Jay, maybe not so, but Cassie, going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I've got no idea what anyone else has put. But so this is our first proper podcast episode we're doing after a couple of introductory episodes, and it's a really exciting one. So we're a bit limited in terms of time, so we had to get this done ASAP with Cassie going there next week, a week today, as we're recording this. So you've seen it from the episode title, of course, but we're doing our Epic Universe land hype lists. Now this is just our excitement on the lands alone, not including the rides, not including shows, just the lands. Now I've been avoiding spoilers. I don't know about you guys.
Somewhat.
Exact same.
Yeah, trying our best. I think not being successful in missing everything, but I just kind of squint at some stuff and then like flick away. In terms of our lists, Cassie, I think you're in the same boat as me. As I messaged you yesterday, I was like, "You've got your list sorted," because mine keeps changing. You were like, "Oh my god, I'm exactly the same."
Yes, absolutely. I just changed it a minute before you clicked record. So
But Sam, you've done no tinkering as expected. You've just written your five down, and that's it.
Yeah, I've been decisive. I've gone for it. I sent it to you, and then you quickly said you don't want to see it, so I deleted it, and we're going to pretend I never sent it to
To be
you.
fair, I have. I didn't see it. You deleted it that quickly. I didn't see anything, so we're all good.
There we go. But yeah, I think I'm happy with it. Just looking back now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's clear. It's important to say that even my five, I can't wait for. I'm so excited for them all. Five is not the worst. Before anyone starts like bashing away on their keyboard and saying you don't know what you're talking about. Each to their own. Everyone has an opinion. It's all good. But my list has genuinely changed so much, and it's just because I'm excited for them all. So I'm like, oh, that's my number one. Then I wake up next day and I'm like, no, that's my number one.
yeah, I'm the same way.
And I said to you before, Jay, that actually I think some of my favourite rides of where I'm expecting them to land longer term, probably in some of the hype areas that I've got further down the list. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. But for day one visit, this is very much where it is, but we'll see how long it takes to switch around.
Right then, so seeing as your list, Sam, was solidified first, kick us off with your number five.
Sure, so I guess following on from that statement, who knows if my favourite ride is going to be in this land in a month or two's time. But for me, I'm going number five, Celestial Park.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
It is, because Stardust is very much up there on my hype list for attractions. Don't get me wrong, I like all types of attractions, but Velocicoaster is my current number one. So I was expecting Celestial Park maybe to be slightly higher on the hype list as a result. But then when I look at what else is in the land, and I think about comparing that to some of the high level of theming that we've got elsewhere, I think got a fountain, which we're calling an attraction. Whoop, let's get the numbers up. Obviously, we've got the carousel, which I think looks fine in terms of the carousel, but not adding a huge amount. And then we've got, potentially one of the best roller coasters there is. But yeah, I just think when I compare it to what else is on this list, it's a hub. It does what it needs to do. Yeah, they've thrown some great bits in along the way, but for me, it's number five. But potentially Stardust might be top of my list. Who knows?
Very interesting. Very interesting. Cassie, what about you? Number five?
Number five, I also have Celestial Park. Sam, we
Wow.
may have very similar lists.
Wow, we might.
I'm a big coaster girl also. Like I'm really looking forward to Stardust Racers, but I think my whole thing is like a theme park to me is I'm like, I love the theming, of course, in all of Universal and Islands of Adventure. Like when I go to other theme parks that don't have like that really deep theming, I'm just not into it. Like, so all the other places just don't compare to me for Celestial, like against Celestial Park. I agree.
Very, very interesting. I'm still deciding between my four and five. I still haven't quite nailed it down, but I'm just going to say one. So
Joiners, go on, Jay.
I'm not joining you. I'm definitely being very different. My number five I think it's going to be Super Nintendo Land. Sam, you're already pulling faces. You're already pulling faces. What's
Well,
wrong with
I
that?
mean, I knew you were a thrill junkie, and Stardust was very high on the list, but still, I was expecting Celestial Part to potentially be down and Nintendo maybe the opposite end. But
I
okay,
mean,
intrigued.
I'll
Go on.
share my full thoughts on Celestial when I get to it on my list. But so yeah, I'm going for Nintendo Land. I think I mean, I still can't wait for it. I'm a massive Nintendo fan. Again, similar to you, Sam, not to give anything away, but Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is one of my most anticipated rides at Epic Universe. But the land alone, because I've seen so much of it in Japan and in Hollywood, we kind of know what it's all about, barring the Donkey Kong area. So it's not something completely brand new that we're seeing. We've kind of like I've seen loads of vlogs and loads of videos because obviously it's in a different park, so it wasn't like I was avoiding spoilers. So for me, I don't know yet. Like I said, I can't wait. The rides look amazing, but on the land alone, because I've seen so much of it in other parks and on various videos, albeit I've not experienced it myself and not kind of been there yet. For me, it's just coming in number 5, but it's all very close.
Just out of curiosity, Jay, I mean, I get the
Oh, here
reason you
we
said,
go.
and that makes
Here we
complete
go.
sense. But is it anything to the fact they might not serve chicken tenders in Nintendo Land? Is that what it is?
I mean, how long have we been recording? Like 5 minutes? There's not actually many tenders around in Epic Universe. There's only a children's portion in Dark Universe. And that's where they've put like the sticks in them to make them like tenders skewers. I don't know why they've
That
put
sounds a bit too exotic for you, to be honest.
it does actually like and they come with grapes. Like that's so random. Like where are the French
Yeah,
fries?
that is random. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're digging me out that early on.
I was just going to say your reasoning makes complete sense. And again, when I
Take
kind
that.
of look at the rides, like that is some of the things that I've taken into account. Like, is this unique? Have we seen this elsewhere? Even if I haven't seen it, is it something that's a bit of a copy and paste job? A Tron 6, 7 years to copy and paste over to another park. But anyway, we're not here to talk Disney, are we? But yeah, I was just expecting Nintendo a little bit higher, but fair play.
I love how like y'all do have such differing opinions though, because like I
Oh,
was
oh, we
totally
do. We do.
yes, obviously, which is gonna make it fun, right?
Yeah.
But I really did think you were gonna say Celestial Park, so I'm kind of shocked.
I'm not giving anything away, so yeah.
I'll be his number 4, and it was his number 5 to like 10 minutes ago, and all he's done is swap it around. That's
we
literally where
shall
it'll be.
we shall see. So moving on to Sam, your number 4.
I don't really want to go now because I think my number 4 is probably your number 1.
Hey, I think you're clutching at straws, but go for it.
Yeah, to be fair, on the back of another podcast, maybe it's not. But I'm going to go Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic, or whatever we're calling it. Not Forbidden Journey.
Let's start that again,
Fantastic
Sam,
Beasts.
because you've just got it all wrong there.
Well, I don't think we need another Harry Potter
Harry
land, if I'm
Potter
being
and
honest.
Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Gringotts Land area of Paris.
Yeah. I
Cassie,
don't even think it knows itself what it is, to be honest with you.
is
So
it? What is it? What is the name, Cassie? You'll probably know better than I do.
I just heard Wizarding World Paris and then the
Yeah.
the rides Battle at the Ministry, which
Yeah.
is it's just two completely different. I mean, I see where he's coming from. Like you have Battle of the Ministry
we
space
are
and
like peak Universal podcasts that we don't even know these basic things.
Wizarding World Paris, Sam.
Is that what it's actually called?
We'll just say Wizarding World. Everyone knows what it
Okay,
means.
yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Right. So much editing already. Right, so
You should have
Sam,
just left it in, and I feel
God's
you should just
sake.
leave that in. You should leave that in because it just adds value. It's
it
a little all
does.
over the place. It's all good. What are we doing?
God's sake, this is going to be. Has it been 40
I think we
minutes?
should leave that in. Cassie agrees, I think.
No, it's funny. Yeah, we should totally leave it because y'all literally I just pulled up the app. It says The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and Epic Universe. Like that is the longest name in the world. Like I just call it Wizarding World Paris because that's what it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, the name they obviously nailed because it's all rolling off our tongues. I love Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter is one of my favorite IPs, but I get why they would want more Potter. But for me, I'm just a little bit done. I can go to Hogwarts, I can go to Diagon Alley. I completely understand why they want that draw in the new park, but for me, I'm just a little bit done. And then the fact it was supposed to be Fantastic Beasts, but then that was a flop, so we need to put some Harry Potter in there. And now it's this weird mismatch. And I'm also a little bit scared. I'm not going to know how to pronounce any of the words of the food, the
Can't
drink,
even
the
get the
restaurant. I
land
mean,
name
clearly we don't
right.
even know the land name. So I know, God help us. But again, that to one side, I think the show's going to be good. I think the ride is going to be amazing. Again, whether it is going to be top for me, maybe not, but I think it's certainly going to be up there. I think it's going to be, really great experience. But just the land as a whole and Paris, and like I say, it's not that iconic scene from Harry Potter. It is that more iconic, if you can call it that, from Fantastic Beasts. It's, yeah, I'll go, I'll enjoy it, but in the same way that we don't visit Diagon Alley a huge amount now, and we'll either go to Hogsmeade just to ride Hagrid's or just to cut through, sort of on the way to Jurassic Park. I can just imagine this will be another land where we'll go in, we'll do Ministry of Magic. Is that what we're calling it? I don't even know. I've lost all trail of what names
Yes,
are.
that is correct.
There we go. There we go. I got one right then. We'll go, and I can just imagine we're not going to spend a huge amount of time there, to be honest. And I think just the fact itself, it's this land, and yes, it can be expanded, but it's one attraction and one show. And from what we're hearing, that attraction may not be all that reliable. So what are you going to do? You're going to go in, oh, that's down, or it's got a 6 hour wait because it's been down. Oh, I've got a show, and then leave. There just needs to be a little bit more. And twirling my wand as to window isn't going to cut it for me, I'm afraid. And yes, I know what I was saying there.
So you just bought a wand recently, so don't take that from
Yes.
Sam, that wand hating. That's Paul.
No, it's totally fine. And I really see, like, I'm such a huge Harry Potter fan, but it's like, I had it high on my list, and like it is kind of still high on my list just because I don't know, the soundtrack to Fantastic Beasts I really loved, and I don't know why, just as a girl, I just love the little animals. Okay, so I feel like the magical creatures really really did it for me. But I don't know. It's like I see what you're saying. Like the ride, it's not reliable. So it's scary being in a world where everyone's just standing around waiting for the ride to come up and you're all just standing there. Like it's gonna end, like there's just a show also. Like you said, there's not a lot in the land. So I totally see where you're coming from.
I'm guessing Wizarding World is not at your four, Cassie, then?
It's not, no.
Go on, let's hear it.
Mine is Super Nintendo World. My number four is Super Nintendo. I don't know. I've seen a lot of pictures and videos and I don't know. I like Super Nintendo World. Like I think it's the cutest thing in the world. I haven't been to the one in Hollywood, of course, but it's just not up there for me. I mean, I'm excited for the rides, but just the overall land, I've heard the music's deafening in there. Like it's just like all you can hear and it's really loud and
Yeah,
it's
I can, and I just picture it
sticky
being so busy all the time, and I know that won't be the case, but I can just imagine kids being everywhere.
everywhere. Like that's going to be the really like it's not that big, I don't think, compared to
Yeah,
maybe some of the others. So it's um it's just gonna be people like doing the power up thing. It's gonna be loud. I don't know, just a lot of people. So I think that's
overstimulating.
very, very much. And I feel like that's just gonna kind of take me away from it. But it is the first place I'm going at early park admission next week because I'm just gonna get it over with before it's busy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So my number four, which was my number five, but I've swapped them around, is Dark Universe.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. As you all know, I've never been to Horror Nights, so I'm a bit of a wimp. As I spoke to you earlier, Cassie, and told you I'm a wimp. Everyone knows I'm a wimp. I'm not a massive classic monsters fan. I'm not going to lie and say that I am, because initially I had this land a lot higher than five, but I don't know. I've got to be completely honest, and like I said, it looks amazing. The theming is incredible. It's completely different to anything we've ever seen. Again, I'm going to say it's for every land, but I'm still incredibly excited to see it. Obviously, the Burning Windmill looks unbelievable. Obviously, the castle, which houses the attraction, it all looks incredible. But for me personally, my own personal taste, I'm not like desperate to go and see it ASAP.
You may be the only
Speechless.
person. You may be the only person I've ever heard that does not have it in their top two. Like that
I
is like the
know,
first
I
time.
know.
It's
That's what.
crazy.
Well,
But
Cassie, just you wait.
but like I had it initially, but because I was like, I feel like I had to. But then I was like, you know what? It's not actually. It's not right up there for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be completely honest. Like I said, it still looks amazing, and like I mentioned, the whole facade, especially at night, I think it'll be extra special at night. But like I said, I'm not like a massive classic monsters film fan at all. I'm a bit of a wimp, so if there's a scare actors around, I will be like, it's like my mini HHN at night.
Yeah.
I bet people listening to this are thinking, come on, just grow up. You're 31 years years of age. But yeah, I did have it high, and I was like, I'm not actually as excited as the other ones. And like I said at the start, my list is flip flopped around, changed 1 to 5, 2 to 4. So it's all been one at some point, and this is where I'm at in this current day. I've offended Cassie already.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more controversial opinions coming. That's for sure. Right, Sam, you're number 3.
Should we double down on that then? So for me, number 3 is Monsters.
You got the name wrong again. Dark
What? It's just
Universe, Sam.
Monsters.
Not just
Right.
The land's not called Monsters.
Well, it
But
is,
you
isn't it,
knew what
really?
you were talking about.
Well, it's because I was right when I've done my hype list, I put Monsters. So my number 3 is also Dark Universe. And although I'm a huge HHN fan, just the Dark Universe for me, I just feel it's been a little bit forced upon us, if I'm being honest. I feel like they decided 5 or 6 years ago it's coming to Epic, and then they've done everything they can in Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights and all the merch to be like, you like monsters, have more of monsters. And actually, I don't feel like your average person cares about monsters. I feel there's some
Ooh,
die-hard.
hang on.
Um,
Let's not skip that point. That's a hot take, I think. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
think
know
it
what you
is, to
think,
be
Casper.
honest.
That sounded like a hot take to me. It's very popular from what I see.
I don't, maybe people can comment in the section or let us know on
People
Instagram whether
will be
that's
booing listening to this right now.
there we go. I think they did when you put Nintendo
Anyway,
at 5.
carry on.
But yeah, like I don't give it. I like certain bits and certain characters of the Dark Universe, but I just feel one, it's been forced upon us a little bit. I think there's going to be certain elements of that land, like you say, the burning windmill, that I think are going to be second to none and probably unrivaled. I think the ride, um, one of the rides anyway, is going to be top level, and I think actually I've given 3 lands already, and I think for most people, their top 3 attractions in Epic Universe are going to be rides that feature in those 3 lands. But I think it's quite small. I think it is very much waiting for an expansion. And is it the Curse of the Werewolf attraction for me? I think it's quite basic, quite fairgroundy, almost there. We
Whoa.
just need to throw something else in there.
Sam, steady.
Really,
This is only like the first proper podcast, and you're already flying out hot takes left, right, and centre.
that's fine.
Just
That's
calm
fine.
down. Don't upset everyone too soon. They're not going to come back.
Okay.
That universe are a very hardcore fan base. I think Cassie, you'll agree with that.
That's fine. Come at me. Fine.
I think it's good to have a controversial opinion though, because there will be people that are going to connect with that opinion and be like, yes, like they did
There'll be
oversell
someone,
it. They
yeah.
forced it on us. Yeah, yeah. I
And I
totally
think
get
for
that.
what there is, I think that one attraction. And the animatronics, I think, I mean, they've said it themselves, but are going to be next level. I think the small bit of the park it takes up is going to be amazing. But I just think it needs to be a little bit more monsters, and the Dark Universe characters aren't my strongest IPs, my favorite IPs. And I think, like I said, it's 3, it's not bad. Like you said, Jay, it's a strong list
Yeah.
wherever you kind of put things. But yeah, there's 2 above that I think take it for me.
Interesting. Cassie, you're number 3.
I'm like going back and forth. Everyone keeps making such valid opinions that I'm like, God, you're so right. Like, why? Like, just so I will say, like, 1, 2, and 3 have changed around a lot. But for 3, I think I'm gonna put Wizarding World at number 3, even though I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. Like, love it so much. But I've been thinking the last couple days, I'm like, the whole just having to be on my phone 24/7. I know this isn't about rides, but like if I'm standing in the park and I have to be on my phone 24/7 trying to get a virtual queue, like I hate that. And
Yeah,
I
agreed.
I and the thing about that is too is like it's either going to be that or you're going to wait in a 6-hour queue every single day, which is not fun either. Um but I mean maybe it'll change my mind when I actually see it in person and see like the scale of the buildings and stuff. I do like that I mean, three's a great spot to be. I like the entertainment they're offering within the land. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen, they have like kind of like meet and greet characters a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but they have a lot of entertainment within the land, which I think I'm gonna like. I can't pronounce any of the places. If you go back and watch one of my YouTube videos, I literally butcher the French language like 10 times. I'm surprised people didn't comment, were like, you suck, like stop making videos. Um, but I mean the butterbeer crepe, that's the like one thing I'm looking forward to there. So I have it at number three, which is not a bad place to be, but my fellow Wizarding World friends are gonna hate me for that, but
Three still, it's still a good spot. It's still a good spot. And then that leads
And could we all
nicely on
remember that a minute ago when you were giving me abuse for putting the Monsters Land, which is
the
not Monsters
Monsters
Land,
Land.
Monsters Land at
The
number three,
Monsters Land.
when that
Are
was
you
the
trying to
worst
get
thing
every
ever.
name wrong?
Doing this to annoy, you know.
That leads me nicely onto my number three, which is also the Wizarding World. See how I got the name right there, Sam.
Ooh,
Again,
I did see that.
this was my number one until like 2 hours ago. It was my number one, and I started to think, overthink, as I do about everything anyway. I was just like, I'm not a huge Fantastic Beasts fan, so like I don't know why I would put in number one. If I love Harry Potter, absolutely massive Harry Potter fan. Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade are absolutely incredible, but Fantastic Beasts, yeah, I've watched the films, but I don't feel anywhere near as much like affiliation or connection to that franchise or that add-on, as we'd say, um, in comparison to Harry Potter. But yeah, just hearing the sheer scale of the land, I can't remember how many times bigger they said it was than Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, but it's substantially bigger than the other two. And you think of how big they are, especially Diagon Alley, the buildings there, you do feel like you're fully immersed in that land. And this area is just even more kind of it's just huge. It's just ginormous from what I've heard. So I can't imagine the feeling of just being immersed. It just sounds mesmerizing completely to me. I think this is one of those lands that I just need to be immersed in, take it all in before I can kind of determine. Like I could go and be like, yeah, that's my number one. It is unbelievable. Or I could go and it'd be like, not amazing, but still really good. It's hard to determine based off kind of very little from what I've seen. Obviously, I've seen all the concept art and seen the show, what the show looks like, and obviously the ride. But I've not looked kind of too much into anything else in terms of spoilers, so it's difficult for me to say that'll be my number one. So yeah, Wizarding World is my number three. Again, it was one, it was two. It's kind of dropped down the list as the hours have passed, but again, I'm still very excited for it. And like you said, Cassie, three is still a good spot. Right, into our top twos, which is getting very exciting now. Sam?
So for me, it's going to be Isle of Berk. How to Train Your Dragon, I think, is going to probably be the place that we spend most of the time, I think, going forward. I think they've got a wide variety of attractions. I think the land looks huge from the bits that I've seen. Again, try to keep it somewhat spoiler free. I think they've got bits of attractions that are for everyone. You know, they've got attractions there with no height requirements, which are few and far between. You've got what I've heard described as the Hagrid's ride of Epic Universe, that kind of, you know, coming of age almost kind of coaster where, you know, everybody in the family can enjoy it. It goes really fast. It's got the launch. That one looks really good. It's got the show, which and appreciate it's not a brand new show, but only heard amazing things about that. Again, I don't know how spoilery we're going, but there's going to be other things happening in the land, let's say, that you might not be able to see elsewhere. Maybe if you look up a little bit. The animatronics, I think, look out of this world. And you've also got a ride that looks a little bit basic, maybe it doesn't belong. But I think Isle of Berk is going to have something for everyone. I think the food options look great. It's definitely up there for me. Like I say, I think my hype list versus the reality, potentially you might spin them on their head. And I think the actual order of where we want to spend most of our time and the ride which we enjoy most individually and as a family will look very, very different. And I could see this one potentially being even higher after a few visits. But yeah, I think Isle of Berk has got a bit of something for everybody, and it's definitely got some attractions that I'm looking forward to.
Right, so Cassie, your number two, please.
Oh, I kept switching it up just again. Um, while we were off, I was like, am I sure this is my number two? Okay. Um, I have something to say. Like, I feel like so if I didn't see any spoilers, this wouldn't be number two, if that makes sense.
Ooh, interesting.
Like I haven't seen I've seen a good bit of spoilers. Like I've seen how things have looked. I'm actually putting Dark Universe at number two. It was my number one at whenever they announced the park. Um, but just with some other things I've seen in the other land, I am just so excited. Especially with like I think Sam said this about how much larger the my number one land is compared to everything else. Um, I mean, Dark Universe is amazing, but everyone was like, it's my number one, it's my number one. So I'm happy to talk maybe with people, y'all don't have it as your number, as your top two. So especially listening to like what y'all were saying about how you felt about it, I'm like, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. It has been shoved down our throats for the past like you said, past 4 years. Like every shop you go into in Universal, it's like they're all right there, which is great. It's cool. Um, but I mean, at the same time, it's like a little suspense would have been nice. Because imagine if you had no idea and like they just announced the world and then we didn't have all this like merch that was already coming out. I don't know. I just feel like it really is like I've seen stuff, so maybe that's why, I have moved it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be an amazing place only because I'm most excited about the ride. But yeah, I have it at number two.
So moving on to my number two. I think I'm going to get a lot of hate in about 10 seconds time, but I'm just going to go with it. So my number two is Isle of Burke.
What? Why?
I'll get on. I'll get onto it soon. I was thinking we had a little break just now. I was thinking, do I switch the two just so I don't get any hate? And I thought I'm going to stick with it because we're doing lands, nothing to do with the rides, the shows,
Yeah.
anything like that.
Okay, it's okay. We know that the carousel, so like the little kids ride, is in Celestial Park. We know that's literally where your level is in terms of
But this is what I
thrills.
mean. I'm
So
not thinking about rides. It's nothing to do with rides. All of these are just the lands to walk around and soak up the atmosphere. Anyway, so my two is Isle of Burke. Let's go with that first. I'm very. This could be one. It really could be. I'm incredibly excited for Isle of Burke. I mean, you've covered it all already. Really, I've only heard amazing things so far. Again, I've read kind of tweets from people, and most of them have said that Isle of Burke is their number one in terms of what they've experienced, which makes me even more excited that many people have kind of said it's amazing. It's just, yeah, it looks incredible. I'm sad that it's based between the second and third films because I've only seen the first two currently. I need to see the third one; it's on my list. But yeah, I absolutely love the first two films. If they play the Test Drive soundtrack in the land, that could be a game changer because that is one of the greatest film scores of all time. I know obviously it's featured in the show, which I probably will cry at because that music is just so beautiful to me. It's so cool. I listen to it all the time. It's just so if they play that in the land, that will be unbelievable. I hope they do. I don't know if you've seen anything about that, Cassie, if they played that music around or not.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please. Yeah, go for it. And it's not
They
really a
do.
spoiler. They do. I mean, I
They
thought they would
do.
do. It's no brainer for them. It's so yeah, that will be incredibly cool. I can't wait to experience that. And like I said, once I go, I might experience it all and go, yeah, this is my number one. It's obvious, and it really could be. It was a toss of a coin. And obviously the meet and greets as well. You've got Toothless. I mean, just look at Toothless. He's so happy. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to meet that guy and get a picture because it could be one of the best meet and greets that Universal have ever done. Obviously, it's not. You can't kind of talk to them like you do with Beetlejuice or Doc Brown, but all the pictures just crack me up. Like he's just like smiling from ear to ear, and I can't wait. I'm kind of embracing my character meeting era now. I used to be a bit like really awkward in terms of that, but I'm just trying to get past that and just think like who cares? Like I'm a different person when I go to Universal as to who I am here. So just let myself go. So yeah, I can't wait to meet Toothless. Whereas my partner's like, what are you doing? It's just like a character. I'm like, just ignore that. It's really cool. So yeah, like I said, I can't wait. Um, I've not seen much like in terms of pictures or anything really with the land. I scroll away from anything I see on social media as quick as I can. Obviously, I've seen kind of, and it looks very similar to the concept, and it looks amazing. So, yes, that is my number 2 currently. Stop shaking your
See,
head.
I had
Opinions.
it at number 2, but I'm disappointed you've got it at number 2 because of
Yeah,
what
I
you've now
know.
got at number 1. And I know clearly you're a big thrill seeker and the thought of those coasters, which I appreciate you saying it's
It's
not
not
about
about
attractions.
rides. We're doing a
Clearly,
separate
that's the thing
episode for
that's.
rides, Sam. It's not. It's
But
just
wow,
about the land. It's
I'm
nothing to do with
surprised
the
that's your
rides.
number 1.
You've misunderstood the assignment.
I think you have, to be honest with what you've put number 1. But anyway, we'll come
No,
on to that in
no,
a few
no.
minutes.
Let's not be mean about my opinion, shall we? Like I said,
It's all right. You both put my number 1 at your number 5, so it's fine.
it's changed so much. I probably overthought it, to be honest, and I don't know. Go on. What's your number 1, Sam?
So my number 1 is what you two have put at the absolute rock bottom of your list, and that is Super Nintendo World.
It
And
was 4 on Cassie's actually.
was it 4?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, of course it was.
Celestial
We were
Park. Yeah.
aligned on number 5,
Yeah.
were we? Because we get what Celestial Park is. We're not putting it at number 1.
I'm very different. I don't mind that.
I'm intrigued to know from Cassie going off on one whether she's a Velocicoaster or a Hagrid's type of person, but we'll save that for another episode, I'm sure. But yeah, so for me, it's Super Nintendo World, and I still remember a few years ago when I first saw pictures of this land. It would have been when it opened in Japan, and they were real pictures, but they looked so computerized, like my head just couldn't comprehend that that doesn't look real, but it is. It just looked like a video game. And I'm just so looking forward to walking through there again as a big Nintendo fan, excited for the new Nintendo Switch coming out soon. Just seeing it for the first time. I've seen pictures here and there, but just of the Japan land, of the Hollywood land, I've tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible. And I just don't think there's going to be anything on an immersion level that's going to beat that for me. I think Walking Yet's going to be small. And 100% longer term, I don't think the attractions in there are going to be the ones that I want to re-ride over and over again. I think it's going to probably be ones that you'll experience once, it'll be amazing. And it's kind of like, I get it now, I've done it. It doesn't have the same appeal the second time round. But to start with, going on Donkey Kong or Minecart Madness, if we need to use correct terms, Jay. Um, like that, although I appreciate it's a relatively small coaster, it's just unbelievable. The Mario Kart attraction, Yoshi Adventure. I think it's potentially, a great opportunity to see some of the land as well. But yeah, just from an immersion perspective, I think that land, yeah, it's going to be hectic. It's going to be awful. It's going to be so busy, but it's just going to be so unlike anything else for me. I think from a sightline perspective, I think they've tried to do quite a good job at Epic Universe where you can't see a lot from the other lands, but I don't think other than maybe the Wizarding World, there's probably going to be much more that's so vertical and so blocking everything else around it. So yeah, big Nintendo fan, really looking forward to it. But 100%, I'm not expecting it to be top of my list once I've explored the rest of Epic. But to start with, it definitely is.
Does you having 2 young kids have anything to play a part in that, Sam, or not?
No, I'm going for me.
No, fair. I just know it's a serious question. Like, I just wondered if kind of
No, it's an interesting point, but actually, L is too small to ride everything in that land. So I think Yoshi Adventure's got a high requirement of 34, 36. So it's not accessible for everyone. And whilst Joey's seen, the Super Mario film and he knows the odd character and things, I wouldn't say it's the biggest fan either. So I think for me, it's
he will be
some of my
soon.
childhood, some of that nostalgia. Yeah, I'll force it on him.
Recency bias.
Yeah, 100%. We'll go in there last and he'll say it's his favorite. But yeah, I think a lot of it is for me, but I just think it's going to be so good to experience some of those things with him. Like when he goes on Donkey Kong, or Minecraft Madness, he that is going to seem real to him. I mean, it might even seem real to me, to be honest, even though I know how it works. I'm sure there's still a bit of your heart that's going to be like, oh, what's going on? And you're just going to look and feel, hopefully, like you're doing those bits. But yeah, bottom of your list, or number 4 on Cassie, so it's fine. I'll take it.
We
But
should have done
that's
Joey's
number
hype
1 for
list.
me.
That would have been more interesting.
We'll do that as another episode. Shall we?
Right, Cassie, your number 1, please.
My number 1 is I Ella Burke, How to Train Your Dragon. Soundtrack is a big reason for me.
Hmm.
I'm like fairly confident. Like I told you that I think they played the music in the
Yeah.
land, but I'm like pretty fairly confident. Like now I'm thinking back and I'm like, gosh, were people just putting it in the back of their videos?
Oh, maybe,
Um,
yeah.
they could have been, but I feel like I've seen stories of people there
Okay.
like literally sobbing. So I'm like, why else would they be crying? I
Yeah,
mean, I'm gonna
yeah.
cry every land I walk into. So, you know. But yeah, I mean, and also like I don't know if y'all seen, I won't say anything, but some of the food like really looks amazing there. I won't say anything, but it just looks really fun. And like I don't have kids or anything, so like but if I did, like I've already thought about like, oh, if I take my niece and nephew there, like how many great memories you can make with that, like with all the character meet and greets. And they seem to have a lot of that through like the walkways. Like you just have a lot of interactions, and the land is big, and there's it's just it's pretty. Like there's water. It seems to be a little bit more spaced out than some of the other lands, and obviously, it's going to be busy no matter what. But just the whole point of it, I think, is what is getting me so excited. It was definitely not number one on my list, though. It was not to begin. But after, hearing and seeing stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's up there for me now. And I agree with the soundtrack. Like I listen to it all
So
the
good.
time. It's so
It's so
good.
good. So yours was kind of spoiler assisted then, your one and two.
I would say, yeah, if I didn't see anything, I'd be like, yeah, sure, it's up there. But, you can't avoid the spoilers sometimes. It's there.
Yeah. Thankfully, like so me and Sam don't have too long to wait, whereas some people are messaging me and they're saying like, I've got to wait until November 2026. I'm like, you're in for a rough
Yeah.
time
I'd
because
made defeat, haven't you? You've got to go for it. Yeah, and just you're going to
yeah.
see it.
I
Yeah.
feel like anyone that's going next year, it's like you might have to look at some stuff now. Again, each to their own. Thankfully, I go in a few months, and so does Sam, and obviously you go next week. So,
Yeah.
and you still looked at spoilers.
Yeah. No on-ride POVs though.
No,
I've not
no,
watched any of those.
Draw the
I'm
line.
like,
no. That is the line. Yeah, that is the line.
And to be honest, I think this is like obviously there's so many reasons why I want to go soon and fortunate to be going soon. But I think just not having to worry about spoilers is definitely one of
That's
the
the
plus
main
points
reason.
as well. Like then I haven't got to worry about what's coming next. And when you load up Instagram, what's the first thing you're going to see? And you go on YouTube, and it's like every thumbnail is epic this, epic that.
Yeah, I've already had so many people message me and saying, once you go to Epic Universe, I will be like not following your page. I'm like, I get that, you got to do what you got to do. So it's
They
just,
won't be following it, Jay. Don't worry. Once this podcast comes out and they realise
oh
actually
no, I
the
know.
quality.
We did say it won't be polished, but I mean, yeah, it's really not polished.
But at least our knowledge of the names of the lands is on point, so we don't need to worry
Oh
about
yeah,
anything else.
that's yeah. I think at this point we're going for vibes. This is our first proper podcast, and it's going. Yeah,
vibes, vibes. Yeah.
just vibes. Right then. So yeah, my number one. Everyone's guessed it now. Is Celestial Park controversial? Controversial. I know it is.
I need every reason
I
laid
know.
out right now.
Oh boy. Sam is like staring me down right now.
Turn his
Well, my
camera.
camera did freeze, but potentially it's
right.
because I wasn't moving. I was just giving you the death stare.
So again, I might have overthought it and misunderstood my own assignment, but I did say I'm not including anything about the rides. This is just the lands that we are experiencing and getting to soak up the atmosphere and walk around. So I've not looked at any spoilers. So again, I don't know 100% how it looks. If I'd have looked at it, then you can kind of laugh at me. But I've not looked at anything, so I don't really know. I mean, I know what attractions are there and stuff, but I don't know the layout and all of that sort of stuff. But I
So actually,
adore.
number one, just imagining some pretty flowers. And that's why you've gone for it, because you don't know anything else about the land.
Hey,
That's the only reason it could be number one.
there's nothing wrong with some pretty flowers, Sam. Each to their own. Each to their own. So I'm kind of choosing it because similar to like Port of Entry vibes, we all love Port of Entry, Arms Adventure.
Yeah.
Everyone adores it. And I think you can agree on that. Even Sam's nodding his head. I've got to start. I've got to start. Again, also in terms of kind of streets theming in Universal Studios Florida, Hollywood Boulevard is one of my favorite roads to just walk up. Again, this is nothing to do with rides. I will keep saying this, nothing to do with rides or shows or anything like that. I just love walking up and down there because of how it makes me feel. Granted, these two are nostalgia heavy, and it's kind of the feeling that I get when I walk through Port of Entry and through Hollywood Boulevard, obviously I won't get nostalgia from Epic Universe and Celestial Park because it's something brand new. So I might experience it and go, yeah, this is 5. And I'm just going off how I'm feeling currently from the stuff I've seen, the vibe. I've heard they play really cool music around the area. Statues look amazing. Again, sounds probably going to laugh that I'm saying statues, but I like a cool kind of statue. They look amazing. And you said about the flowers, but again, it all looks really beautiful. If it was including rides, if it was including rides, Sam, it would be 5. We all know that. If it was included everything, but I'm just thinking about walking around.
Saying statues is the reason a land is up there is the same of saying like chicken tenders is the best food in a theme park that's got so much going on. So I completely get it from your perspective. We have different perspectives. And
I don't know.
For me, statues and pretty flowers aren't doing it.
But again, I'm just thinking the walking around, like the atmosphere vibes. Port of Entry. We all love Port of Entry. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Someone said something.
So would you put Port of Entry as your number 1 then?
It'd be up there. I tell you, it would be up there.
That's fair.
That's another podcast. Because if we ranked all of the, again, I know it's not like it probably doesn't class as a land in Islands of Adventure because it's just kind of the opening portion of the park. But again, I'm thinking off the top of my head right now, it would be right up there, if not at the top. Again, you might completely disagree, but if I'm thinking about Sue's Landing, Lost Continent, Toon Lagoon, Marvel, Hogsmeade, Jurassic Park, it would be up there. It might not be top because I love Jurassic Park so much, but it would be up there. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. If we were including rides and shows and everything that the lands offers, then yes, it wouldn't be number 1. I probably didn't explain clearly in terms of the brief of this podcast. Maybe I should have been a bit clear in terms of it is literally just like the land itself.
For the concrete, where we think the concrete's the prettiest, and Celestial Park has got.
Dan, do you get where I'm coming from at all?
Concrete.
Yeah,
I do. I understand the point you're trying to make, but everything in that land makes up that land. You can't pick and choose the bits. So whilst I appreciate you might not go, well, they're my top 3 rides, therefore my top 3 lands, but they make up that bit.
So we probably should have done like everything, including rides, because we wanted to do rides separately as a kind of a hype list. That's why I thought take it out of it, and then we can literally think about just the rides in a separate episode. Again, people listening to this will be thinking, "What is this guy talking about?" But again, it is each to their own. I know there's a carousel Stardust race in terms of the rides. There's not a lot there. Again, I might experience it and go, "Yeah, I was wrong," but it's just the way I'm feeling currently. Again, my list has changed so much. I've had Isle of Burt number 1. I've had the Wizarding World number 1. I've had Nintendo number 1 for, I think that was originally my number 1, and it's now number 5. So it's changed so much. Yes, I've probably overthought it a little bit.
You don't need to justify, mate. We're only joking. Is that your number 1? Please.
I was going to change it in our break. I was thinking just for ease and not to get. Yeah, I was going to change it to Isle of Burt 1, but I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the vibes, and
I'm here for the controversy.
Please, Cassie, save me, please.
Now,
number
I will
5,
say,
Cassie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it though. I get it.
Yeah. So I think though, like I can totally see if I had 4 days at Epic Universe, right? Like if I didn't have to spend $1,000 to spend 4 days there, I would probably spend an entire day hanging out in Celestial Park. And reason being, as I've seen all the bioreconstruct, like flyover pictures, I mean, the fountain itself, like, and they have like a
I
little,
didn't even mention the fountain, yeah. And they've got, yeah.
it's like, there's like, there's just a lot of like walkability. I don't know if that's a word in that area. And they have like a little pub off to the side that I've heard. So you can like get a drink and then go sit in front of the fountain.
Do they sell tenders, you know?
Probably not. I'm pretty sure I haven't really seen anything besides, like you said, the steak chicken finger on a steak with some grapes. Which, if you eat that, I'm gonna be very mad at you. Just go over to Surfside and get your chicken fingers. But I will say, it's like if you really do look at like the area, it's like just seems like if you just want to take a time out then that's the place to do it. Whereas maybe Universal and Islands of Adventure, they don't have like a huge spot for you to do that. If you think about that, like there's not benches everywhere for you to sit down, and like Port of Entry, there you have to like go into a Starbucks to get a seat. You can't just like you have to stand. So I don't know.
Sam, would
I
you put Port of Entry high on your kind of, if we were doing an IOA land, just to put you on the spot? Because then I can be like,
I
maybe.
absolutely love Port of Entry, the music I listen to on a regular
music.
basis.
Hmm.
If I was classing it as a land, it'd probably be somewhere in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't be near the top, if I'm being honest, because as much as I love it and as well as it is themed, there's only so much to do there compared to what's in front of you as you walk out. But it wouldn't be bottom of my list.
I'm going with it. I'm sticking with it. And Sam still can't believe it. You're absolutely flummoxed, aren't you, Sam?
I can't, no, I can't believe it, but I'm glad you're going with your own opinion and you haven't been
I
peer
enjoyed it.
pressured
I
into
enjoyed
going
it when
to a
you
different
said,
position.
"Oh, I enjoyed it when you said, oh, he's got Celestial Park at 2," and I was like,
Yeah, his face changed so quick, and I was like, "Oh no, it's number one,
when
isn't
I didn't have it at
it?"
5, you were like, "Oh, he's got it at 4," and I was like, "I'm not saying anything just yet. This is going to get really awkward."
I'm surprised, but that's good. That's good. It'd be interesting again to your listeners whether they thought you'd have that at number one.
The listeners will be
Okay.
100% agreeing with you and Cassie, 100%. Because if anyone's got it at number one, please, please, I'm praying, get in touch so I'm not the only one. Because I think I might actually be the only one. I don't know.
No, I don't think you are.
And
I've
I know
seen stuff on Twitter where people are like loving it.
are those people that love roller coasters. That'll be interesting to
We're
whether they're letting
not.
a lot of people they may love a land because of the rides that are in it as well.
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting to know if a lot of people are loving it because of the land with no attractions, or whether they're loving it because of the attractions that are in it.
Like I
Like
said,
for me, like I said an hour ago, it might be that my favorite ride in that park and potentially all of Universal Orlando is Stardust Races. So my favorite ride could be there, and therefore that in itself could push it up higher up my list.
Yeah.
Or it could be that pretty concrete. Who knows?
yeah,
Yeah.
if we were including rides and everything, I think I would have Nintendo at number one. I think because of the rides that come with the land, and I'm still excited for the land, but taking the rides out of it, yeah, no, I went for 5. Controversial opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. It's like you can look at it like 6 different ways though. Like you were saying, like you can go based off just vibes, but like Sam said, like for people, like some people are going to include the rides in that sort of vibe because like while not ranking the rides though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just included in the vibe.
Sam can't help himself. He's just thinking about the roller coasters all the time.
I mean,
It's because on my little piece of paper, I've got my
Oh, here we go.
lands at the top and I've got my rides at the bottom. Um, and there is a little bit of crossover at times, but I'd say for the majority of them, the rides don't correlate to where I've put the land type.
mine
So it'll be
neither.
interesting to see.
Interesting. So just to recap, Sam, let's say you're 5-1.
So my 5 was Celestial Park, the Wizarding World. I can't think what the Monsters one's called now. What is it?
The monsters area with that universe.
What is it? Dark Universe. Okay. Number 3, Dark Universe. Number 2, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. And number 1, Super Nintendo World.
And Cassie?
Okay, I had Celestial Park number 5. I had Super Nintendo number 4. Number 3, I had Wizarding World. Number 2, I had Dark Universe. And number 1, How to Train Your Dragon.
And for myself, I had Super Nintendo Land at 5, Dark Universe 4, Wizarding World Paris 3, Isle of Berk number 2, and Celestial Park, controversial opinion, number 1.
So our combined order then, so overall we ranked How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk as number 1. We ranked
That's
the
fair.
Dark Universe at number 2. Joint third was Super Nintendo World and the Wizarding World Paris. And in last place was Celestial Park.
Oh, sad Celestial Park.
It's gonna change, y'all. And when
Yeah.
we're all like after we all go, we're gonna have to get back together and be
And
like,
do it all again.
I can't believe we voted this where we did and where it ended up.
Right, I think that'll do it for this episode before I get any more hate from from Sam. If you do want to let us know your top 5 epic hype list for lands, do get in touch with us on various social media platforms, and we will see you in the next one.